Hello, friends. Welcome back to Mindset HubTube, the place where we explore the most powerful books that help you unlock your potential, master your focus, and build a successful mindset. Today, we're diving into one of the most transformative books on productivity and success, Deep Work: Rules for Focused Success in a Distracted World by Cal Newport. We live in an age full of constant noise, notifications, social media, and endless distractions. It's harder than ever to focus, but it's also the best time to stand out. Because while most people are trapped in shallow work, those who master the art of deep work, focused, distraction-free effort, can achieve extraordinary results. In this book, Cal Newport reveals the science and strategies behind deep work and how it can help you produce at your highest level, learn faster, and create meaningful success. In this video series, we'll go through every chapter, from understanding why deep work is valuable, rare, and meaningful, to learning the 4 powerful rules that can help you train your mind, overcome distractions, and live a life of true focus and purpose. So, if you're ready to take control of your attention, sharpen your focus, and level up your productivity, make sure to stay tuned till the end, and don't forget to subscribe to Mindset HubTube for more inspiring book summaries and personal growth content. In the first chapter, Cal Newport introduces the concept of deep work and explains why it's become one of the most valuable skills in today's economy. In a world overflowing with distractions, social media notifications, emails, meetings, and constant connectivity, the majority of people spend their days engaged in shallow work. Shallow work consists of tasks that are low in cognitive demand, often repetitive and easy to perform while distracted. While these tasks may feel urgent, they rarely create significant value or advanced skills. Deep work, on the other hand, involves professional activities performed in a state of distraction-free concentration that push your cognitive abilities to their limits. These are the tasks that generate real value, improve your skills, and are difficult for others to replicate. Newport emphasizes that deep work is not merely a theoretical idea, but a skill that has been historically responsible for major accomplishments. He cites examples such as Carl Jung, who built a secluded tower to focus intensely on his psychological research, and Bill Gates, who regularly used think weeks of isolation to generate breakthrough ideas at Microsoft. These examples demonstrate that sustained focus allows individuals to produce extraordinary results that are not possible in a constantly distracted environment. One of the primary reasons deep work is so valuable is that it enables rapid learning of difficult skills. In a fast-paced economy where industries and technologies evolve constantly, the ability to quickly acquire new, complex knowledge is essential for success. Deep work provides the mental state in which the brain can form stronger connections, absorb information efficiently, and retain it for long-term use. Another reason deep work is valuable is that it allows individuals to produce at an elite level. Newport explains that productivity is not determined by the number of hours spent working, but by the intensity of focus. Even short periods of deep, uninterrupted work can lead to output far greater than long stretches of distracted activity. The chapter introduces the deep work hypothesis, which states that the ability to perform deep work is becoming increasingly rare while simultaneously growing more valuable. Those who cultivate this skill will be able to outperform peers and generate significant competitive advantage, whereas those who remain trapped in shallow work may struggle to stay relevant. Modern workplaces, however, often discourage deep work. Open offices, constant emails, and social expectations of immediate responsiveness reward shallow, reactive work instead of thoughtful, focused effort. Despite these obstacles, Newport stresses that deep work is a trainable skill rather than an innate talent. With deliberate practice, structured routines, and disciplined habits, anyone can improve their ability to focus deeply. By scheduling dedicated periods for uninterrupted work and minimizing distractions, individuals can significantly enhance learning, creativity, and performance. In essence, deep work is a hidden superpower in today's distracted world, offering the ability to produce exceptional results, develop valuable skills, and achieve meaningful success. In the second chapter, Cal Newport explores why deep work has become increasingly rare in today's professional and social environment. While deep work is immensely valuable, modern society seems designed to make it difficult. The combination of open office layouts, constant email notifications, endless meetings, and the pervasive culture of social media creates a world where distraction is the norm. Most people spend their time reacting to shallow tasks, believing that being busy is equivalent to being productive. Newport argues that this environment systematically undermines the ability to focus deeply, making true concentration a rare and precious skill. He points out that the modern emphasis on connectivity and constant availability encourages shallow work. In many organizations, employees are rewarded not for producing meaningful outcomes, but for responding quickly, attending numerous meetings, or appearing constantly active. Social media and online platforms amplify this behavior by offering immediate feedback in the form of likes, comments, and shares. While these interactions are gratifying, they rarely involve deep thinking or meaningful progress. Consequently, individuals who dedicate themselves to deep work often find themselves going against the cultural grain, and this rarity amplifies its value. Newport highlights historical and contemporary examples of individuals who mastered deep work despite these challenges. Scholars, writers, and innovators throughout history often created periods of deliberate isolation to concentrate fully on complex problems. The rarity of this practice in the modern world, Newport explains, increases its competitive advantage. Those who can work deeply while others remain distracted can achieve levels of productivity, skill, and creativity that are difficult to match. The chapter also emphasizes that shallow work is often easier, faster, and immediately rewarding, which contributes to the rarity of deep work. Responding to emails, checking social media, and attending meetings offer instant gratification and visible busyness, while deep work requires sustained effort, self-discipline, and the ability to resist temptation. Newport argues that because deep work is demanding, most people unconsciously avoid it, even though it produces far greater long-term benefits. Newport introduces the idea that deep work should be treated as a skill to develop and protect intentionally. He argues that its scarcity is not simply due to external factors, it is also a matter of personal choice and discipline. By actively designing one's schedule to include periods of distraction-free focus, setting clear boundaries, and minimizing shallow obligations, individuals can carve out space for deep work. These deliberate efforts create a significant advantage in knowledge work, where high-quality output and skill development are increasingly critical. Ultimately, this chapter makes it clear that the rarity of deep work is both a challenge and an opportunity. While most people succumb to shallow work habits, those who cultivate the ability to focus intensely and produce meaningful results stand out in every field. Deep work is not just a way to complete tasks more efficiently, it is a strategic advantage in a distracted world, enabling individuals to learn faster, think more clearly, and create work that truly matters. In the third chapter, Cal Newport explores why deep work is not only valuable and rare, but also deeply meaningful. While the previous chapters focused on the external benefits, productivity, skill development, and career success, this chapter delves into the internal, psychological rewards of deep work. Newport argues that work that engages your full attention, challenges your abilities, and allows you to create at a high level brings a profound sense of satisfaction and fulfillment that shallow work cannot provide. Deep work satisfies a fundamental human need for craftsmanship. Newport explains that when individuals immerse themselves fully in challenging tasks, they experience what psychologists call flow, a state of total absorption where time seems to disappear and performance peaks. Flow occurs when the task is both demanding and matched to the worker's skill level. In this state, people often feel a sense of purpose and intrinsic reward. Unlike shallow work, which is repetitive and disengaging, deep work provides tangible progress, giving individuals a sense of mastery over their craft. The chapter also highlights that deep work contributes to a sense of personal and professional identity. People often feel most alive when they are producing meaningful, high-quality work that matters to them or others. Newport cites examples from various professions, including writers, scientists, and programmers, who report that their greatest satisfaction comes from periods of intense focus where they produce work that is original and significant. The process of creating something of value, rather than merely completing tasks, is what makes deep work inherently meaningful. Newport also contrasts the psychological impact of deep work with the shallow satisfaction derived from constant busyness. Shallow work often generates a fleeting sense of accomplishment because it is easy to measure activity, but difficult to measure impact. In contrast, deep work creates tangible results and builds skills that endure. This difference explains why individuals who prioritize deep work often report higher levels of engagement and fulfillment in their careers. The chapter further explores the spiritual and philosophical dimensions of deep work. Newport references historical thinkers and creators who found purpose in focused, concentrated work. He argues that work becomes more meaningful when it aligns with personal values and requires genuine effort. By engaging in deep work, individuals not only produce valuable output, but also cultivate discipline, patience, and resilience, qualities that enrich life beyond the workplace. Importantly, Newport emphasizes that the meaningfulness of deep work is not limited to extraordinary achievements. Even small, focused efforts can generate satisfaction if they challenge the mind and produce tangible progress. It is the intensity of focus and the commitment to excellence that creates meaning, not the scale of the project. By prioritizing deep work, individuals transform their professional lives into a source of personal growth, pride, and fulfillment. In conclusion, deep work is meaningful because it connects effort with mastery, progress with purpose, and concentration with satisfaction. It allows individuals to experience flow, achieve results that matter, and cultivate a sense of identity rooted in skill and creativity. In a world dominated by distraction and superficial busyness, engaging deeply with one's work offers not only success but also genuine personal fulfillment, making it a cornerstone for a life well lived. In the 4th chapter, Cal Newport explains why learning to embrace boredom is essential for developing the ability to focus deeply. In today's world, people have become addicted to constant stimulation, whether from social media, instant messages, or endless online entertainment. This addiction trains the brain to seek immediate gratification and makes prolonged concentration difficult. Newport argues that the ability to tolerate boredom and resist the urge for constant distraction is a critical skill for anyone who wants to engage in deep work. He emphasizes that the mind needs practice in focusing intensely, and this practice requires periods without distraction. Just as muscles are strengthened through resistance, attention is strengthened through sustained effort and by resisting the pull of distractions. By intentionally scheduling times when one refrains from switching tasks or seeking entertainment, individuals train their brain to remain present and engaged. These moments of controlled boredom are not wasted. They are essential exercises for building mental endurance and deep focus. Newport also introduces the concept of productive meditation. This technique involves using times when the mind is physically occupied but not mentally engaged, such as walking, commuting, or exercising, to think deeply about a professional problem. During these periods, one should deliberately focus on a single problem or challenge, resisting the temptation to drift toward unrelated thoughts. This practice strengthens concentration and allows ideas to develop more fully, even outside of formal work sessions. Another important idea in this chapter is that multitasking and constant stimulation erode the brain's ability to focus. Every time the mind switches between tasks or seeks a new distraction, attention is fragmented, and cognitive performance suffers. Newport argues that by embracing boredom and resisting the urge to constantly switch, individuals can restore their capacity for sustained focus and improve their ability to tackle complex problems. He also provides practical advice for gradually increasing tolerance for boredom. Instead of attempting long stretches of uninterrupted focus from the start, Newport suggests training the mind incrementally.
Begin with short periods of attention without distractions, then slowly extend them over time. This builds the brain's endurance and strengthens the neural circuits that support deep thinking. The chapter highlights that embracing boredom is not just a strategy for productivity, it also has profound implications for creativity and problem solving. When the mind is free from constant external stimulation, it can generate insights and ideas that would not emerge under distraction. By giving the brain space to wander and focus simultaneously, individuals can reach higher levels of understanding and innovation. Ultimately, learning to embrace boredom transforms the way we approach work and life. It allows individuals to regain control over their attention, resist the addictive pull of distraction, and engage fully with cognitively demanding tasks. Newport emphasizes that this skill is foundational for deep work. Without the ability to tolerate boredom and resist instant gratification, sustained focus and meaningful achievement remain out of reach.
In the 5th chapter, Cal Newport explores the impact of social media on our ability to engage in deep work and argues that quitting or minimizing its use can significantly enhance focus and productivity. He points out that while social media platforms are designed to be addictive, they often offer minimal long-term value in terms of skill development or meaningful output. Instead, they fragment attention, encourage shallow engagement, and make it increasingly difficult to concentrate on tasks that require sustained cognitive effort. Newport suggests that people should critically evaluate the tools they use and ask whether each one provides substantial benefits relative to the attention it consumes. Newport introduces the idea of a craftsman approach to tool selection. This principle encourages individuals to use technology intentionally, only adopting tools that provide significant value to their personal or professional life. Rather than following trends or succumbing to social pressure, one should weigh the true benefits of each platform against the costs of distraction. This approach allows for a more controlled, purposeful relationship with technology, where attention is preserved for high-value work rather than squandered on constant notifications or superficial engagement. The chapter emphasizes that social media encourages attention residue, a state in which the mind continues to think about unfinished tasks or distractions, even when attempting to focus on something important. Checking platforms like Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram leaves fragments of attention lingering, reducing the brain's ability to fully concentrate on deep work. By eliminating or severely limiting social media use, individuals can reclaim their attention and redirect it toward meaningful, cognitively demanding tasks that produce tangible results. Newport also discusses the concept of digital minimalism, which involves a conscious reduction of optional technology use. Digital minimalists intentionally focus their online activity only on tools that serve their core goals, discarding those that do not. This practice not only reduces distractions, but also frees up mental bandwidth for deliberate practice, problem solving, and creativity. By embracing digital minimalism, people can create an environment in which deep work becomes the natural default rather than a rare exception. Importantly, Newport argues that quitting social media does not mean complete isolation from information or community. Instead, it means using alternative methods that are less distracting and more meaningful, such as reading books, subscribing to targeted newsletters, or maintaining limited, intentional communication channels. These strategies allow individuals to stay informed and connected while preserving the focus necessary for deep work. The chapter concludes with the idea that attention is a finite resource, and its careful management determines the quality of work and life. By reducing social media consumption, individuals increase the time and mental energy available for tasks that truly matter. Quitting or limiting social media is not simply about avoiding distraction, it is about reclaiming control over one's cognitive resources, enabling sustained focus, higher productivity, and greater fulfillment.
In the 6th chapter, Cal Newport emphasizes the importance of minimizing shallow work to make space for deep work. Shallow work consists of tasks that are low in cognitive demand, often performed while distracted, and do not create significant value. Examples include responding to routine emails, attending unnecessary meetings, or completing minor administrative tasks. While shallow work is often unavoidable, it can easily consume an entire day if not managed intentionally, leaving little time for high-value, focused efforts. Newport argues that to achieve excellence, individuals must systematically reduce the time spent on these low-impact activities. Newport introduces practical strategies for scheduling every minute of your workday. By planning time blocks for both deep and shallow tasks, individuals can ensure that attention is directed toward meaningful work. This structured approach makes it clear which activities are priorities and which are trivial, preventing shallow tasks from creeping into the time reserved for deep focus. He emphasizes that even small adjustments, such as limiting email checks to specific times, can dramatically increase productivity and free up hours for concentrated work. The chapter also highlights the idea of time audits. By analyzing how every hour of the day is spent, individuals can identify patterns of shallow activity and eliminate unnecessary obligations. Newport suggests tracking work habits over a week to reveal where attention is being wasted. Once these low-value tasks are identified, steps can be taken to either delegate, automate, or completely remove them. This conscious effort ensures that energy is preserved for deep work where the real value is created. Another key concept in this chapter is setting strict limits on shallow work. Newport argues that shallow tasks should be performed in fixed, bounded time periods, rather than allowed to expand freely throughout the day. By establishing boundaries, individuals prevent these activities from monopolizing attention and ensure that deep work has a protected space. This principle also encourages a disciplined mindset, where the completion of shallow tasks is efficient and intentional rather than reactive and fragmented. Newport stresses that deep work and shallow work are not mutually exclusive. Both are necessary in professional life. However, the proportion of time spent on each should favor deep work as much as possible. Shallow work should be compressed, streamlined, or delegated, while deep work should be maximized in duration and intensity. This balance allows for productivity that is not only efficient, but also meaningful and impactful. Finally, the chapter underscores the long-term benefits of draining the shallows. By consistently minimizing low-value tasks, individuals cultivate more time for learning, creativity, and high-quality output. Over weeks and months, this habit compounds, producing significant career advantages and personal satisfaction. Newport emphasizes that mastering this balance between shallow and deep work is a defining skill in today's distracted world, allowing individuals to focus on what truly matters and achieve results that are both exceptional and enduring.
In the final chapter, Cal Newport summarizes the core principles of deep work and reinforces why cultivating this skill is essential for success and fulfillment in today's distracted world. He reminds readers that deep work is valuable, rare, and meaningful, and that it offers a competitive advantage in knowledge-driven professions. The ability to concentrate intensely without distraction allows individuals to produce high-quality output, learn difficult skills quickly, and create meaningful contributions that are difficult to replicate. Newport emphasizes that deep work is not a luxury, but a necessity for anyone who wants to achieve extraordinary results. Newport recaps the key strategies introduced throughout the book. First, he underscores the importance of working deeply by establishing routines, rituals, and structured environments that foster focus. By intentionally designing one's schedule, setting boundaries, and creating spaces free from distractions, individuals can consistently enter states of deep concentration. These practices make focused work sustainable and ensure that attention is directed toward the tasks that matter most. Second, he reiterates the necessity of embracing boredom and training the mind to resist constant stimulation. Developing the ability to focus through periods of low stimulation strengthens attention and mental endurance. Techniques like productive meditation, using idle time to solve professional problems, help individuals practice sustained focus even outside formal work sessions. This skill is crucial because modern life constantly tempts the brain with instant gratification, and only those who can tolerate boredom are able to sustain deep, meaningful work. Third, Newport highlights the critical role of managing technology, particularly social media. He stresses the importance of adopting a craftsman approach to tool selection, using only those technologies that provide significant value and avoiding the rest. By limiting or quitting social media, individuals can reduce attention residue, preserve cognitive energy, and create more space for focused, high-value work. Digital minimalism, as Newport calls it, allows professionals to reclaim control over their attention and prioritize activities that genuinely contribute to growth and success. Fourth, Newport emphasizes the need to drain the shallows. Shallow work, while often necessary, should be minimized, delegated, or strictly scheduled to prevent it from consuming time meant for deep work. By consciously reducing low-value tasks, individuals free up hours for intense focus on cognitively demanding projects. Tracking time, setting strict limits on shallow tasks, and compressing low-impact activities ensures that deep work receives priority in the workday. Finally, Newport reinforces that deep work is a skill that can be trained and refined. It requires discipline, intentionality, and consistent practice. The benefits are both professional and personal: faster learning, higher quality output, enhanced creativity, and a deep sense of fulfillment. Those who cultivate deep work are able to achieve extraordinary results, stand out in competitive environments, and experience meaningful satisfaction from their efforts. In conclusion, deep work is a transformative approach to productivity and focus. It is the key to mastering difficult skills, producing exceptional work, and finding fulfillment in a distracted world. By working deeply, embracing boredom, managing technology intentionally, and minimizing shallow tasks, individuals can harness their attention to achieve success and create lasting impact. Newport's final message is clear. In a world filled with distractions, cultivating the ability to focus deeply is not just an advantage, it is essential for anyone striving to achieve meaningful, high-level results.
Thank you for watching this complete journey through Deep Work, Rules for Focused Success in a Distracted World by Cal Newport. By now, you've learned why deep work is valuable, rare, and meaningful, and how strategies like working deeply, embracing boredom, quitting social media, and minimizing shallow tasks can transform your productivity and focus. Remember, true success isn't about being busy. It's about focusing your energy on tasks that matter, producing high-quality work, and developing skills that set you apart. The world is full of distractions, but those who master deep work gain a huge advantage in learning, creativity, and career growth. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Mindset Hub Tube for more insights from the world's best books. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. And leave a comment sharing which deep work strategy you're going to apply first in your life. Stay focused, embrace the challenge, and remember, your ability to concentrate is your greatest superpower. See you in the next video.